We're asked to find the approximate volume of the rectangular prism that has a cylindrical hole that has been drilled through it. Right, so let's think about how we're going to approach this. I'm going to look for the volume of the entire prism as though it were complete, and then I'm going to find the volume of the cylinder itself, and then because it's being cut out of the middle or drilled through, I'm going to subtract that from the volume that I found of the prism. So volume of a rectangular prism is super easy, length times width times height. So we have that here. I have the 8.5, I have the 6, I have the 21.25. When I multiply those three together, I get 1083.75. Volume of the cylinder, yes, it's on its side, but it's not that hard. We do need to figure out exactly some of its measurements, right? So one thing I noticed is that I guess we could call it the height of the cylinder, because if I tipped it over on its side, this would be the height, and that's going to be 6, because right now though everything is like sort of lying down, but if I had tipped it right up, then that would be the height. And then I'm trying to think about like what is the width here, and then of course I actually need the radius. And so I have 8.5 going all the way across, and I'm going to subtract out the 2 and the 2 here, so that's minus 4, so that gives me 4.5. So now I know the diameter, but actually what I need is the radius, right? So that's 2.25. So notice that that's here in the equation, that I'm always looking for the radius because that's how I'm going to find the area, and then I need that in order to be able to find the volume, because the volume asks me to find the area of the base, which is a circle if it's a cylinder, and multiply it by the height. And then, like we said, the height is actually that tipped over piece, it's that 6 inches. So I'm ready. Looks like I'm going to try 3.14 for pi, maybe, or maybe just the pi button on my calculator. So I'm going to put pi, take the radius, 2.25, and square it, and multiply that by the height, which we decided was 6. And that's going to give me approximately 95.3775. Since that's the piece I'm taking out, I am going to subtract it. So I'll take the volume of the rectangular prism that we calculated up here, 1083.75, and I will subtract out this approximation that we calculated here, 95.3775, and that's going to give me an approximation, but a total of 988.3725 cubic inches.